Welcome to Main Street Living. I'm Cheryl Nelson. As you can see, we are celebrating Halloween.
Just a little early.
Hello, everyone. I'm Quincy Carr, aka Franklin Finbar from The Money.
Great film. And I'm Danielle Alvari, and I think I'm a lion. Am I a bear?
Yeah,
I look like a lion? Okay. Cool.
You're a really cute lion. I'm a tuxedo cat, so I've got the little paw pads and everything. Super cute. But we are in the Halloween spirit today. Lots of fun stuff to talk about. But I'm curious, do you guys have any plans this year, or has the pandemic kind of, I don't know, spiraled things out of control?
I plan to eat my body weight in chocolate.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not really.
It's all treats, no tricks over here.
Quincy, what about you?
I don't know. I may just try to get my knee working right. Been living for a while, so
Quincy, you're so good at that. I like how you're in full character.
Of this Quincy you speak of.
I want to rewatch the movie now.
Franklin Finbar, aka Mouse, and you two are cats, so I need to run away from you two.
That's right. We're gonna come up and get you, Quincy.
Yeah.
My hand to come through the box.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna try to stay in character the best I can during the show, but it's actually pretty funny. My wife said, that character fits you because when you talk, you are so stretched out on your dialogue. When you talk, you fit that character because he never gets to the point fast enough. So if you haven't seen the movie Jumanji, it's the second one, right?
Yeah.
Is it the second?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The second one is when Kevin Hart does this character where he becomes the older guy, which was Danny Glover. So as a matter of fact, there's a screen share, like it was a picture.
Oh.
So y'all let me know if I nailed it as far as the look of Kevin Hart.
You gotta do the pose though, Quince.
Oh, okay.
Yes, do the pose. Do the pose. Oh yeah, that's absolutely 100% perfect. You nailed it.
All I know Kevin does is scream.
I was gonna say, can you do the
That's all he
scream?
does. Every time he runs.
So, are you guys dressing up like that for Halloween? Are you gonna go trick or treating, Quincy, with your daughter?
Oh no, I may. I got on shorts. I got boots on. I look like a male Dora the Explorer right now.
You totally should. Trick or treating. I did it till I was 16. I mean, thankfully, I'm petite, so I look kid sized.
Okay.
People don't know. I mean, I put on a mask or a hat. People don't know. I could probably still do it if I wanted to.
Cheryl, you are the fun-sized candy.
I am fun-sized candy.
Nice. We got a great show for y'all today too. Fun and all.
Yes, we do. I'm so excited because I love ghost tours. Even though they creep me out, we're going to talk about ghost tours and ghosts and all that creepy stuff that goes with it.
Okay, well, I prefer science, which is also Cheryl's area of expertise. So we have a mad scientist later.
Yeah, well, we're just getting started. And when we come back, last minute tips for Halloween. And I'm talking pumpkin seeds. You got to get the mask. Like when you get the mask, and then at the end of the day, when you
Welcome back into Main Street Living. As you guys know, Halloween is upon us. And for people who procrastinate, that can be a problem.
Yeah, that's definitely a problem. Yeah, Halloween is on a Saturday this year, ladies, of course. And I don't know how many people don't have anything planned to do, but don't worry, because whether you're a PG crowd or you're 30-something, we have you covered. In fact, Michelle Harris, host and producer of the television show Alive and Well, is here for some last-minute tips to create fun and memorable events. Michelle, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
No,
and I know this year Halloween's going to be a little bit different. So we tried to think of some really fun things that you can just do at home locally. And I'm sure you're familiar with being ghosted.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that's normally a bad thing, right?
Yes.
But there's something that people are doing for Halloween this year, which is a good ghosting. And that is where you get a really cute bag like we have here, and you put fun treats in it. We just have some little healthy candies. These are actually sugar-free peanut butter cups, a sugar-free candy bar, some fruit, and even these are sambucol black elderberry gummies. They're really yummy, and they're also really help you to support a healthy immune system. So kind of whatever fun things you have in the house, but you're going to take them in the Halloween bag and leave them for a family member or a neighbor just with a note, and you're ghosting them.
See, I love that. You're sprinkling happiness everywhere. And I love that you're a princess, by the way. You make a gorgeous princess. And then what about some other things to do with your pets to make it fun?
Well, I do a lot of adoption work, and we do something called Strut Your Mutt. But did you know you can do that right at home? You can organize a little pet parade in your neighborhood where you're wearing your costume, and you can also put a costume on your dog and do a little neighborhood pet parade. And most people are on Nextdoor or community group in Facebook. So you just reach out that way and organize with your friends and neighbors. And that way you can do it totally socially distanced and be safe and still have fun on Halloween. And they're so cute when you see all the pets dressed up, too.
That's a great idea. I would fit in perfectly as a cat, right, Quincy?
Yes, you would.
Exactly. You have the costume already.
Yes. No. Cheryl has like 18 cats. So
I've got four. Four cats.
Oh, girl after my own heart.
Oh, mwah, mwah.
Yes, back at you. No, the more the better. The more furry friends, the better.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and Michelle, speaking of heart, I understand pumpkin carving is not only fun, but it's also healthy too. Explain the healthy part.
Yes, well, this one's yet to be carved, my little guy here. But what's healthy about it is that the pumpkin meat itself, after you're done making it look, cute or scary or whatever you're doing for your Halloween pumpkin carving, pumpkin is very high in vitamin A and it's high in fiber. And then what you're left over with after you're done cleaning it is these pumpkin seeds. And the pumpkin seeds, again, are high in fiber, but they give you like a third of your daily iron. And they're also high in magnesium, and they taste great. You just want to cook them on a baking sheet with a little olive oil and some sea salt, roast them for about 10, 15 minutes, and they're a delicious treat that's very good for you.
I had no idea.
I didn't know they had iron either. I mean, here I am taking iron supplements, but
yeah, you just need to eat some roasted pumpkin seeds, and they're not fattening. And they fill you up. So it's like the perfect little treat.
Yes. And here's the other thing that I think is perfect for this Halloween. We have a full moon. So that means the costumes are going to be even more illuminated, right?
Exactly. You can have even more fun because you're going to be able to see everything. It's like a nightlight.
It is like a nightlight.
It's like, now, before we, end the segment, I have to ask, has your princess already come?
Oh yes, my princess come. I'm in my home. My prince is upstairs right now, and I decided to be a princess because I've been referred to as such. So I just said I have an excuse to wear my tiara.
Oh my gosh, I should do that next time too. I've got a tiara. I'll have to pull that
tiaras
out.
are fun, aren't they? I grabbed it like out of the mothballs. I'm like, I'm putting on the tiara.
Right. Oh, I know, because you're instant royalty right then and there when you do it. Where can people learn more about these ideas we talked about today?
Well, you can go to the website for our television show, Alive and Well, which is aliveandwell.tv. And you can also go there to click through to our social media platforms.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh, that's so much fun. Thank you for being here today. We really enjoyed it.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and have a safe, healthy, fun, and happy Halloween.
Thank you.
Oh, we will. And speaking of the pumpkins and what else you can do with them, coming up next on Main Street Living, we will show you how to make a tasty drink. So don't go away. Welcome back to Main Street Living and staying with us as we celebrate the Halloween season. And one thing I love about pumpkins, guys, is that even after Halloween is over, there's still a use for the pumpkin.
Yeah, that's true. And earlier, I know we were talking about those pumpkin seeds and how healthy they are, but we get a chance to find out the healthy and tasty way to use pumpkin filler. So here, Erica Cardenas has some fun fall smoothie recipes. Let's check this out.
Happy fall! I am so excited to show you how to make a delicious, quick, and easy fall-inspired smoothie. When it comes to the fall season, it is absolutely my favorite season, my favorite time of the year. So I thought it was very appropriate to show you how to make a pumpkin pie smoothie. Again, quick, easy, delicious, nutritious. Let's get into it. Our ingredients list consists of 1 cup plain Greek yogurt, 1 cup canned pumpkin. You're also going to take almond milk, about 1 cup or so of that, 5 to 6 ice cubes, a banana. You can use either a frozen banana or not frozen. Either works just fine. Sweetener. Let's get into sweetener. So honey, so good for you. You're going to take about 2 tablespoons, more or less to taste. You can actually also use another form of sweetener like agave or maple syrup. And pumpkin spice. It is not pumpkin season or fall season without pumpkin spice. You're going to take 1 teaspoon pumpkin pie spice and ground nutmeg for garnish at the top. This time of year, a pumpkin pie smoothie is a great way to trick your brain into believing you're having something much more indulgent for breakfast than you actually are. Friends, I hope you enjoy this delicious, quick, and easy pumpkin pie smoothie, and wishing you all a very happy, healthy, and safe fall season. Cheers.
Wow, that looks tasty. Thank you, Erica.
She always has the best recipes. Yeah.
Oh, I know. Now I need to get something to eat or drink. That was delicious. I can't wait to try one.
Well, luckily we're going to break, Cheryl, so you have time to do that. Stick with us. I think you're really going to love our next segment. In fact, I think you're going to 40 love it.
Welcome back to Main Street Living. I don't know why I'm scratching. I think
What are you doing?
this bandana is getting to my neck. I know this. This summer, actually, I taught my daughter how to play badminton, right? And recently, after she saw female superstar, I believe it's Naomi Osaka, win the U.S. Open. Now she's a fan of tennis. So,
as she should be.
Going out the window.
Right now, especially, we should all be fans of tennis. It's something we can do in this pandemic era. And here to talk to us a little bit more about that, we have USTA Southwest Marketing Director, Jeff Sykes. Jeff, thank you for joining us on Main Street Living.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Good. So, Jeff, tell me, in July, the Texas Medical Association COVID-19 Task Force and Committee, they ranked tennis as a low-risk thing to do. It was right behind opening the mail. Is that because tennis is just distance by design?
Well, first off, I've never had any incidents opening the mail, so that's a good start.
You're lucky. But
I think just the kind of the inherent distance. Obviously, like from baseline to baseline, you're about 80 feet away. So straight away, just the proximity to your opponent kind of allows a kind of an air of safety. A lot of it's a non-contact sport, unlike football or basketball or soccer, where you're kind of getting in close quarters with your opponents. Tennis kind of keeps you at arm's length from that. So just that alone kind of keeps you safe. So
speaking of things that you want to keep at arm's length, children, is this a good sport for families? And if so, how do you get kids interested in tennis?
Well, half the time just watching on TV will get you pumped and excited. It's a very high energy, high pace sport. Kids like the kind of the quicker pace thing. You don't have to think as much. You just react a lot of times to it. But I think there's programs pretty much at every every local area, you just call up a public tennis facility that's nearby. Anyone would get you started. Any pro or instructor would be more than happy to. And yeah, it's really great from like a family side too, because I mean, if you're a mom or a dad, even potentially just kind of wanting to start taking lessons, you could probably get it timed up where you're taking it right next to them on the same court and stuff. So you kind of have a babysitter at the same time, I guess, in some way, you know. So
Right. Which I think all parents are desperately in search of right now.
Sure.
Do you remember the first time that you ever played tennis?
I don't know if I remember the actual first time. I do remember like where we lived, there were always tennis balls like hit over the fence. And I think I just started kind of like a collection. And then all of a sudden I think I just kind of, you know, I think I saw it on TV, Wimbledon or US Open. And like I said, just seeing kind of the frenetic motion of the game, and just thought it was so cool, just the geometry of the court. And I don't know, I think I was watching like John McEnroe or somebody kind of like go at it with the ref too a little bit, so that kind of made me
You were like, that was fun.
I was a little interested.
I
I was a little interested in the personal dynamic of it, maybe. So
Sure. And you work for USTA, so tell us about how they're helping to expand the game right now, or what resources we can find on the website.
Well, first off, USTA.com, kind of everything's broken down by, you know, whether you're a junior, whether you're an adult. You'll just kind of see the menu of offerings that we have. So that's a good one. Netgeneration.com is perfect for parents. NETGENERATION.com. It's a pretty much a one-stop resource for parents to kind of show not only how to get into tennis, like just starting with age-appropriate equipment, where to play, where to find an instructor, how far the courts are away from you. There's a variety of tips and tools to kind of get you there, to get you from the couch to the court, I guess, you know. So
that's what we all need to be doing right now, just anything to get off the couch. So thanks so much for joining us today, Jeff. We really appreciate it. We can't wait to get out on the court.
Yeah, well, we'll see you out there, hopefully. So you might have to watch with the makeup. You might sweat that off a little bit there.
Oh, yeah. This is my real nose, so it's okay. Thanks so much, Jeff.
All right. Well, that sounds like fun. You know, moving around, always a good thing. But Danielle, Quincy, if you want to hang out maybe in your car, we've heard that drive-in movies are making a comeback. But you got to stay tuned to find out what other type of performance you can watch live from your vehicle. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Main Street Living. Now, Sheriff Quincy, I got to go to my first ballet right before everything shut down back in February. And since then, I have been starved for entertainment.
Oh my gosh. I think we've all been missing those people, places, and events because of COVID-19, and hopefully we can get back to them soon. But get this, in San Diego, the drive-in experience is growing to new heights. For a limited time, you can now watch the San Diego Opera and Symphony perform from your vehicle. Sounds pretty cool. Here to share the details about La Boheme is General Director David Bennett. Welcome to Main Street Living. This is so exciting.
Thank you so much. It's good to be here with you.
I mean, this really is genius. How did you come up with the idea of drive-in live performances? And how did you think, okay, this is going to work?
Well, so, you know, we are limited in this community. We have a very supportive community for businesses happening outside, but we're limited in our ability to perform in front of live audiences only inside of cars. Even outdoors, if patrons are outside of the cars, we're not allowed right now based on COVID. So with that in mind, and that being our limitation, we knew this was going to be possible, but I have to also give credit to another local arts organization called Mainly Mozart, which is a summer chamber music festival. And they did a series of smaller, albeit, but outdoor concerts with chamber music this summer. And so when I went to one of those, I was sort of struck by, you know, the idea of actually bringing people together under the circumstances that we are in right now and finding a way to do exactly what you talked about you know, sort of craving that ability to see live performance again. How can we actually make it happen? And also a communal experience. When you're doing this, you actually look over at the car next to you and the car next to you, and you're sharing a communal experience. And that's something that we also aren't doing right now. You know, we're all within our own homes.
Yeah, David, I'm a comedian, and I've only had one live performance since this whole thing started. And the one I had was a community type of performance where people were just sitting out watching me. What types of challenges are you experiencing or have you come across during this live performance outside?
Well, it took a long time to plan. Let's just be honest about it, because we set a bar very high that we said, if we're going to do this, we have to make sure that we're preserving the health and safety of everyone, not just the audience, but everyone that's involved. And opera is a big art form, right? So this production of La Boheme, we're probably employing 120 people, singers, orchestra members, stagehands, designers, directors, and we have to preserve the safety of all of them. So we have to think very carefully about how you do that. And you may all know that you've probably heard that aspirate particles that come out of your mouth is a big risk, right? And so that's sort of the centerpiece of what you do when you're singing opera. So we had to think very carefully about that. So for like one consideration, we worked very closely with the union that represents singers, opera singers. And they determined that we needed to have 120 square feet for each singer, 15 in front, 4 on either side, and they have to stay within their spaces, and they can't get into each other's spaces. So that's just one thing to be
brilliant to do that. I mean, you're being extra safe, and I know this marks a major milestone for you as well. Tell us about that, and also what the response from the community has been like.
So this clearly, you sort of have two actions you can take in circumstances like this. One is to shut down, which is frankly what a lot of performing arts organizations are doing, not closing totally, but actually just reducing themselves to no activity, or try to be creative and find a creative solution. So that's what we're doing. So I think it is a milestone for us because we are approaching the rest of our existence opera company, as you know, with new creative solutions. The community response has been excellent. We probably will have, we think, somewhere over the 4 performances, 2,000 cars. So averaging 500 a night. And the car, you know, you can have as many people in your car as can fit in your car. So the number of people that we'll probably have there, it's in the thousands, but we're not sure. But it's been very, very positive.
Yeah, David, and one thing I noticed is that the San Diego Opera, with this event, it also marks the first live event from the San Diego Symphony.
That's right.
Yeah, so talk about that real quick.
So the Symphony is our most important and close cultural partner here in San Diego. We work together. Every production that we do features musicians of the San Diego Symphony. Anytime we hire a musician, they are a member of the Symphony. So we're very close. And they have had some virtual performances that they've done, but they haven't performed live in front of an audience yet. So it's an exciting moment for them as well.
That's wonderful. Where can people get more information and learn about everything you're doing?
Our website, www.sdopera.org, has all the information about this production and other productions that we're doing. And we will return to this format again in the spring for other productions here in San Diego.
Great. I hope you'll inspire other communities to do the same. Thank you again for joining us today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you as well, David.
Sing it, Quincy.
We got to go to another break, but when we come back, we're continuing with some Halloween fun while learning at the same time.
All right, meow.
Welcome back to Main Street Living, folks. Cheryl and Danielle, I understand that even through Halloween, we can still learn a little something. You got anything brewing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I would love to make a witch's brew. I want to do something like that. That'd be fun.
Well, luckily it would not be Halloween without a mad scientist. So we went and found one, the Chief of Science and Curiosity from the Arizona Science Center, Sari Custer. Sari, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey guys, always great to be here.
So what spooky stuff do you have for us today?
All right, well, it's Halloween, so we got to have a little bit of spooky science. And I don't know if it's mad science, but we're going to do some boo bubbles today and maybe a little crystal ball bubbles too.
Ooh,
What are boo bubbles?
All right, so I'm glad you asked because it takes a very special ingredient. And well, let me ask first, do you recognize this material at all?
Dry ice.
Yes. Okay, I was hoping somebody would know what it is.
Marshmallow.
This is the material that we need to make these great Halloween effects, right? So what makes dry ice different than regular ice?
It's colder? Is it
Okay,
colder?
it's colder.
Okay.
Any other guesses?
You tell us.
All right. No, that's right. That's great. It is definitely colder. Dry ice, as opposed to regular ice. So regular ice is frozen water. Dry ice is actually frozen carbon dioxide.
Nice.
So it is much colder. And when we say colder, it's 109 degrees below zero. It's really, really cold. And if you were to put it on your skin, it could burn you right away. But even though it's a unique material, it's available in most grocery stores because it's used in shipping and keeping food cold. But we can use it for some great Halloween science. The other thing that's unique about it and that we're going to harness for today is that when it starts to melt, it actually skips the liquid phase and goes right into gas. We call that sublimation. That's your big like $1,000 trivia word for the day, sublimation. And when it does that, we can use it to make those boo bubbles. So to make boo bubbles happen, you need a container, something like this that's plastic. This was probably an animal cracker container at one time or even maybe pretzels. Cut a little X in the side, jab a piece of plastic tubing into the side and secure it with some tape. You want to make sure that the container you use has a screw top on it, but we'll get to that in a second. I've got it about half filled with water. We're going to take a couple of big pieces of our dry ice and just drop it right in the water. And what we want to do is we want it to warm up and we want it to turn into that gas, right? And as I mentioned, normally we don't want to put anything like that into a sealed container because it could build up pressure and explode, but we've got a vent. So look at that. You can see all this gas forming, right? And this cloud, it's not smoke. It's actually just the cold air from the ice making the water in the air condense into little droplets. It's basically a little cloud here. But the other thing
so cool.
Isn't that cool? So
it's
cool
put coloring in it to dye it and make it different colors.
You know, I've never tried that, but later I'll show you how to add a little color in a different way.
Nice.
And to make an easy way to make the bubbles happen, if you're doing this at home, you need to make some bubble solution. So I'm using a little liquid dish soap here. Use whatever you got. I'm not even measuring it. If you've got bubble solution at home, you can use that. But just a little soap and water will do. A little heavy on the soap is good. I'm going to mix it even just with my fingers there just to get it good and mixed. I'll slide our dry ice out of the way. All right, then you take the end of your tube. If you can dip it in the end of your bubbles. Let's hope I didn't. Let me release this. I might have put a lot of gas in there for us today. I need it to work for us. If you can get bubbles over the end, you can start to get these great smoke-filled bubbles. And of course, I've got so much going on in here, it's almost overpowering us. We might have to find another way. There we go. There's some good boo bubbles. Let's get it again here. And you can try catching them on your hand, and it's just so much fun. My 6-year-old daughter loves these. So with that, though, then we can go into the crystal ball bubbles because it's the same principle, but doesn't even take the same elaborate setup. Do you guys want to try that one?
And I know we're running short on time, but yeah, if you can show us quickly how to do that, that'd be awesome.
I sure can. This one just takes a bowl of water. You're going to take your dry ice. We're going to set some dry ice right in the center of that. Again, we want it to warm up and create that gas. It looks really, really cool. Again, we talked about lighting it up. You can use a glow stick. Here, I got a glow stick. We can throw that in there just
to look yes, that's fun. Perfect. Okay.
You're going to take a piece of string, get that wet in the soap solution. I'm going to run a little bit of soap solution around the edge. Let's see if we can get this to form here. We're going to use the string to drag a soap film across the top, creating a sealed environment for our gas, and it's going to build up underneath and look like a crystal ball. Let's hope we can get it all the way. Of course, you know, with science, of course, sometimes it doesn't want to work for you the first time. If I go slow. Well, if at first you don't succeed with the big bubble, you can always just add your solution to that. And that gas is going to build up with all of those smoke bubbles in here. And it's going to get really, really big. It's still going to look like a crystal ball. You can maybe see the future, but you can definitely see some smoke and some science in there.
I can see it's trying to do that. That's so neat. This is great for families to do at home, fun activities for kids. Oh, there it goes. Look at that. And where can people go to find these recipes?
You can go online to azscience.org and find all kinds of great spooky science and other science activities to try at home.
Oh my gosh, so much fun. Thank you for joining us. And we're going to stay with that Halloween theme. Coming up, are you ready for a ghost tour? We've got the inside scoop next.
Welcome back to Main Street Living. Cheryl, Quincy, I have to ask, since we are coming up on Halloween here, do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, I think I do. I think I do, actually. Quincy, do you?
No. I don't want to believe in ghosts. I think that they
I was going to say.
No.
Danielle, do you believe in them?
I do. I feel like I've seen one.
Yeah. Okay. I might have too. We'll have to talk after this. But who doesn't love a good ghost tale, right? And in Providence, Rhode Island, there are quite a few. Here to tell us all the creepy details about the Providence Ghost Tour is owner Courtney Edge-Mattos. Wow. Welcome to Main Street Living. So good to see you.
Wonderful to see you. Thank you for having me.
I love how you're dressed up as well. We're in the Halloween spirit. Tell us about some of these ghost tours and tales in Providence, Rhode Island. I didn't realize it was so haunted.
Yeah, so we are. We actually started out with one tour, and we now really have 3 offerings, which is kind of wonderful because the ghosts are quite plentiful in Providence. The walking tour is an 1.5-hour long walking tour through one of the most historic sections of town. So you really get this beautiful connection with the city, and then we cross over to the past and share our haunted stories with you. Then we also partner with one of our local companies called La Gondola Providence. So they take Venetian gondolas down the center of the city. There's a river that runs through the city, and so we dress up and we tell you these beautifully haunted tales of the down city area. And lastly, we partner with Providence Riverboat Company, which runs like flat-bottomed riverboats through the same river. But we have a whole separate grouping of stories that we share on those tours. So,
Okay. Cool. Okay, so Courtney, I've never heard beautifully and haunted in the same sentence. Already.
You should have, my friend. Haunting is beautiful. It's romantic. It's this gorgeous idea that we don't end, that we get to continue our journey, that we get to connect with the past, that the people we love are intersecting with our lives. So it's pretty gorgeous.
Yeah, and you were talking about walking. So what type of shoes do we need and what else do we need?
Sure. So for the walking tour, so if you've not been to Providence before, Providence, we're on the College Hill portion of Providence. And when we say hill, we mean hill. So we encourage comfy walking shoes. Your stilettos are fine for other parts of the city, but not for this section of the city for sure. You want something stable. You want something that's going to be comfortable. I am very short, so I often wear heels, and I can manage my 4-inch heels on those streets, but not everybody is equipped for that.
Aha, challenge, lady.
Well, I wanted to ask you about something that does not need shoes. So, ghosts. Have you seen one?
Yes.
Ooh.
Can you tell us about it?
I can tell you about it. So pick a ghost, any ghost, because I've seen a number of them over the years.
Casper?
How much time do you have, my friends?
Oh my gosh, you're teasing us. Wow, so it sounds like a whole separate story there.
Yeah.
Is this tour only at Halloween, or do you do it year-round?
No, so this has been a little bit of a different year. I think in all respects of everybody's lives, this 2020 has been a bit different. But we started going with the walking tour, I think, in July, and we will just run through Halloween. On a typical year, we begin in May and we end on the winter solstice, so in December.
Yeah, and that sounds like a lot of fun. What about the price of the tickets, or is there a cost to?
Sure. Yep. Wonderful question. So there is a cost to tickets for adult tickets during not October. So from May through September, and then picking back up again in November and December. It's $20 per adult ticket. During October, it's $25 per adult ticket, and children's tickets are $15.
Wow. Nice. That sounds like a lot of fun, but we still got to know, what ghosts have you seen?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we digressed, didn't we? So when I was very little, my family lived in Vermont. So we lived in this wonderful haunted house. We didn't expect to find ghosts there, but surprise, we did. So my very first memories are actually of ghosts. I didn't realize that for a while, and then was like, oh, that was.
Well, did the ghost interact with you or not?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They interacted with our whole family, very dynamically, I would say. So we had quite a bit of experience there.
Wow.
Oh, whoa. Okay. Did they touch you? Did you smell anything, feel anything?
So I was 2. So let's give me credit for being 2 and what a foggy memory one has when one is 2.
I was going to say, you're so spiritually aware for a 2-year-old.
Right? Well, that's why I think that's probably why I didn't realize that it was ghosts at the time, because when you're 2, you just know, like, oh, there's a person. So my literal first memory of life is the day that we moved in, and my mom helped me track where that memory was from. Wow. And my parents were moving into the house, so they were kind of moving boxes and stuff, and I'd fallen asleep on the ride there, as little ones do. And I woke up, and this is my memory. So I remember like the filtering of the light through the car windows. I can remember seeing the holly bushes that lined the driveway. And I remember looking forward, from my car seat, and I could see a man. And he was he was almost like he was part of the seat, which struck me as strange, even at age 2. Yeah. And he wasn't somebody that I knew. And so I kind of stared at him for a while, and then I start screaming.
Whoa.
From my mom's perspective, she was walking toward the car, toward her sleeping child, to pick me up out of the seat. And she just thought, like, oh, sweet sleeping child, let me take a picture. She'd taken many pictures because it was exciting. We were moving into a new house. And it was an old Polaroid. So she snapped the picture. The Polaroid came out. She looked at it.
No.
And there were orbs all around me.
No.
Right?
You gotta show us this picture. We gotta have you back.
But at that time, like, people didn't know about orbs. This wasn't common conversation, right? So she thought, oh, this is a junk Polaroid. Like, it just came out very poorly. It was like 1982. So, we weren't talking about this stuff. And then I started screaming, and she scooped me up and did all the mom stuff. But so literally the first day moving in, we were connected to spirits. And I think I saw somebody in the chat asking, this is a little Poe.
Yes.
This little Poe on my necklace, because Mr. Poe had frequented Providence and met one of the loves of his life in Providence. So on the Providence Ghost Tour, we discussed Mr. Poe just a little bit.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for being here. Such creepy stuff, but very interesting at the same time.
Thank you.
Oh, I mean, I like the idea of our loved ones never leaving us, but wow. We are also not leaving you guys. We have more Main Street Living. Stick with us.
Welcome back to Main Street Living. We sure hope you've enjoyed our Halloween episode today.
Oh, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had fun today. Danielle, did you have fun? I love your ears.
Any excuse to dress up. I think we should wear costumes every week.
and you know what? I was saying to Danielle toward the end of the show, I didn't realize that your ears were not actually ears on top of your head. And then Quincy goes, what? Right, Q?
Right. But your ears were your hair. And
yeah.
Like, that was like very creative.
I told Cheryl I didn't have time to shop, so this is what we got. That's why I think they kind of came out more like bear ears. I think they need to be pointier to be a lion, but
they're super cute though. I mean, from a distance, you can't even tell. I really thought that you had just made them from scratch out of something. I don't know.
Yeah, just a couple bobby pins.
Did somebody say bear? One time I wrestled a bear, and bear had the claws, and the claws kind of scratched me. But then, did you know bears won't mess with you if you play dead, if you lick honey? Play dead and lick honey.
Look at you. You do that way too well, Quincy.
Tell Kevin Hart to cast me in the next. in the next
You could be his double. You could be his double.
You really could. I mean, this show has been fun. I love it that we've got the cats, the lion/bear, and then
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'd like to say in the voice of Franklin Finbar, thanks for watching again. And remember, you can also catch us on our YearView Cox Contour app, and that's the app where you can press the buttons and then you can make phone calls. And if you ever call somebody, it feels real good because they look at you and they say hi. You
know what, Quincy? You just keep talking there. I'm going to let everybody know. Make sure you come back on Monday evenings, 9 p.m. local time. We have all brand new episodes of Main Street Living. Until then, join us next time as we take a walk down Main Street.